Hi, my name is Sarah Price. A few things about me before I get started with my presentation. I'm a recent graduate of Millersville University. I graduated in May 2016 with a bachelor's degree in middle level education and a concentration in social studies. I also have a minor in athletic coaching. When I'm not teaching, I enjoy spending time with my family and going to the beach. Pictured on the screen is a picture of me with my family at the beach. It's one of my favorite places to go. I also like playing intramural sports. Um, my final picture on the screen is me and my intramural softball team. We won championships 2 years in a row, and I really enjoy playing and watching competitive sports. My current job and duties. I'm currently an extended term sub at Wyomissing School District in Reading, Pennsylvania. I am the gifted education teacher where I co-teach with second, third, and fourth grade in their accelerated math classes. I also work one-on-one with students that I pull to my classroom. In a few weeks, I'll be starting a long-term sub placement at Central York School District in a fifth grade classroom. I'll be teaching math and science. Hobbies and interests. I really enjoy running. Pictured to the left is me finishing my first half marathon this past year in Philadelphia. I also run in the Broad Street Run, which is a 10-mile race, and I'm also involved in Girls on the Run, which is an organization that encourages girls to get up and get moving and have a positive self-image about themselves. My final picture on the screen is a picture outside of an airplane window. I love to travel. I enjoy going to the beach, and if I can't make time to go to the beach or I have a little extra time in the summer, I love to travel. I've been to several states and out of the country a few times. I really like to see what the different cultures and across the world and everything that it has to bring. My online experiences, like I mentioned, I went to Millersville University for my undergrad, so I had several classes in my undergrad that were online or blended based, especially with my athletic coaching minor. So through Millersville University, I've had several classes in this D2L format where it is all online. Also through my student teaching, I student taught at York Suburban last year, and with my cooperating teacher, we worked on a blended unit with our students. They had the opportunity to be one-to-one with Chromebooks, so it was a great opportunity to flip the classroom using the Schoology Hub. So a little bit about that. We did a world religions unit where it was primarily based online, and we used Schoology as a way to release our information to our students, and they were able to work at their own pace. We were able to accommodate and modify needs of our students as we went. So it was a pretty cool experience, and I'm excited for this class to see different ways that I can implement that in my future classroom. Also, I'm one-to-one with iPads in my current placement at Wyomissing School District, and I also will be one-to-one with iPads in my placement at Central York. And just through those one-to-one compatibilities, there's tons of apps that I use in the classroom, as well as just using it for research and being able to just to see students' work, having them share it with me through Google Drive and stuff like that. Moving on to the questions, I think good teaching is good teaching no matter what format, the same way that bad teaching is bad teaching. So with the statement that good teaching is brick and mortar, I somewhat agree with that statement, and the statements made in the online video that I watched. As I mentioned, good teaching is good teaching, just like bad teaching is bad teaching. I think what matters the most is how the content is delivered to the students and how they are able to receive it. So if the content is engaging, the students can have a rich discussion or a rich conversation, and they're curious about the content and what they're learning. I think that's what good teaching is. It doesn't matter if it is on an online format or face-to-face. If you are if we are in a classroom face-to-face and I'm lecturing you, and we're not getting up and getting moving, getting engaged in the content, that's not really good teaching. If I can get you engaged and get you thinking critically through online teaching, that is good teaching. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to deliver the content as long as the students are thinking on a deeper level and that they are immersed in their learning. Challenges of online teaching. Reading that article, some of the challenges that they presented are time, student connections, and engaging students. Something I didn't really realize, and they brought up it in the article, is that online teaching takes a lot more time than face-to-face teaching. I experienced a little bit of this when I did my blended unit with my students during student teaching, because it takes a lot of time to content online, to scan worksheets or make worksheets online and put them to a hub such as Schoology. So I see that time commitment. But once it's up and running, you can use it for year after year. But I do see their point in the article that each year their students change, therefore the way they deliver the content changes. So it's continuous, time-consuming process of changing the content and scanning different things into the computer. Another difficulty and challenge of online teaching is making that student connection. When you are having an online class and there's no face-to-face connection or face-to-face conversation, it can be hard to make connections with the students because you don't see them, they don't necessarily see you, you don't get to hear them or work with them one-on-one as much as you would be able to in the classroom. And the last challenge of online teaching is getting the students engaged. They are sitting at their computer or with a laptop, so it's hard to have them get up and get moving and get interested in the learning when it is delivered that way. So there are some challenges of online teaching, but there are also some advantages of online teaching, which I'm hoping to find out through this course. And finally, the standards. One question that was asked is, what advertised qualities of online schools fit with the standards? The standard that I found that fit mostly with this question is standard F. The online teacher is aware of the diversity of the student and their academic needs and incorporates accommodations in the online environment. I think that teaching online is a great way to accommodate the student and their needs. Through the online unit that I did student teaching, my cooperating teacher and I were able to give students adapted tests, tests with different modifications. Self-pacing is a great way to that online teaching, a definite perk of online teaching. So I think that standard definitely fits the advertised qualities of the schools, the self-pacing and being able to meet the needs of the student that may not be met in the classroom with large class sizes. A standard that I thought that necessarily didn't fit with the aspects that are advertised of online teaching is standard G. The online teacher demonstrates competencies in creating and implementing assessments that ensure that they are reliable and valid. I think this was a little bit hard for me to see in an online setting because if you are teaching online and your students are in their homes, it is hard for an assessment to be valid and reliable because they could be looking at other sources like a textbook or printed out articles and stuff like that. So I think that is something that I have trouble with online teaching, is having a true assessment of their knowledge and that the trust in the student that they are taking the assessment with no help from anyone else. And that was mentioned a little bit in the video about online teaching, is that one of the teachers brought up that they don't know who's watching them, so they always have to be on their A game. And I think seeing that made me think of this standard because just like you don't know who's watching you, you can't always see the student and how they're taking the test. So this standard was something that I was a little iffy on when looking at the video and the advertised qualities of online schools. So I look forward to working with everyone during the course of this class, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. This was my first time using Screencast-O-Matic, so I hope it goes well. Thank you.